similar things where they've played pretty well here at home. And off of the opening draw, it's a battle on the far side where McDonald goes for it. And it's scooped up by the visitors. So Framingham will possess here to begin the game here in half number 1. Around the perimeter now. They try and attack in front. The first shot, and this one is kept out, and now it's on the crease where Braintree will pick it up. So getting the start in goal for Braintree here is Riley, who makes the first stop of the game. So Braintree passes it out of their own end, and it's moved up by McDonald. Braintree with a quick pass, and the shot by Duffy just high up over the cage. Braintree knocked down. We're going to see a yellow card here in the early going. So just a minute and a half in here to the first half, and a card shown. So Braintree will be a player up now for, I believe, about a minute. Braintree will have it back behind the goal. Looking for the game's first strike. Here just under 2 minutes in. As McDonald now works it up top for Burchill. Taking it one-on-one towards the goal is swarmed and double-teamed, and now Burchill getting harassed there, trying to get the ball towards the goal, but get another whistle in the Braintree favor. A lot of space being given here. Braintree trying to get the game's first goal. Burchill fakes, now shoots, and low, able to spin it home. Gets a kind bounce off the goal, the edge of the post, and it just finds its way into the back of the goal. So Braintree with 22:54 to go here in the first half, lead 1-0. Braintree taking advantage of the penalty. Off the draw, the Flyers had it for a moment, but Braintree battling for it and able to pick up the loose ball. So taking control now, off the draw. Burchill already with one, trying to dance around the crease and finds a way to knock it in with 2 quick strikes here on the man advantage. So Braintree scoring 2 goals in about a half minute. So the Womps have jumped out to a 2-0 lead here at home. The ref calling Framingham for an illegal cover there with 22:16 to go here in this first half. And Braintree has now scored for a third time as McDonald capitalizes. And it's been all Braintree here to start. Another face-off at midfield. McDonald set to take it. A 3-0 advantage. And off the draw, Braintree with it again. Joyce able to corral it after initial bobble. Out in front, nice pass, and this one glances iron. The rebound, and they score. Able to collect the rebound, it's McDonald. After the first shot hit the post, able to get that one back and in on goal. So the freshman McDonald able to send that one home, and Braintree continuing to add insult to injury. All of this during a man advantage, and all of this during the 2-minute penalty, which has put Braintree at a huge advantage here in this first half, a team that has really started to find the back of the goal and being given a big edge. Three different goal scorers here in the first half so far for Braintree, who's up commanding 4-0 lead. And again, Braintree wins the draw. Pass high, and it's thrown away. Braintree with a rare mistake here in this first half as the Flyers try to work it over midfield. And the pass gets there as Marston now defends along the sideline. Back to even strength. Some fans starting to file in here a little late. After the start of the game, they've missed quite a bit. 4 Braintree goals here in the opening 5 minutes. As the shot up and over the goal. Riley had to make one save early. Has yet to be tested after that. Birch's alternated play and goal between Riley and Downey. Looking for a shot, but that was defended well. As Braintree able to double team, taking away a shot attempt. Jarred free, but that will be a whistle against Braintree. And the shot, and that one more of a pass than a shot. It went up and over the cage. Framingham able to collect it. Looking for the wraparound shot, and somehow it stays out. That one catching the crossbar. That looked like it was in. And the Framingham player thought it was in as well. And a big-time collision along the sideline. So a strong play from the defensive end by McGonigal, who was knocked out of bounds. And now McDonald brings it up the field with 1 goal so far here in the half. Trying to make the pass to Duffy, who is stopped in front. Far side now. Braintree playing catch behind the goal. Trying to add to it. 19:15 to go in the half. Pass is off the stick of McDonald and back up the field. Framingham Trying to work it past a couple of Braintree defenders. Working towards the sideline now as Marston shading towards the perimeter. .40 left here in the first half as Framingham trying to get on the board. And the shot finds the back of the goal and gets Framingham on the board. Braintree with a substitution as Mazzini coming on for McDonald. Joyce taking the draw and able to win it. Braintree trying to get that goal back. Joyce going right at the goal and will spin it back. .18 minutes to go here in the first half. 4-1 Braintree. Back in front, the shot goes just wide, and it will be a Framingham possession. Second time a Braintree player has been knocked towards the track, trying to go after a loose ball. Goal last time up the field for the visitors. Trying to do the same thing here in this possession. Digging themselves a 4-0 hole here. Trying to battle back. Shot taken and a save made, but shot would not have counted. There's a whistle right before that. As the shot in front makes it a 4-2 game no. The goal disallowed on a player in the crease. So the goal taken off. It'll remain 4-1. Braintree picks up the loose ball. 16-15 to go in the half as Braintree trying to work it out of their own end. McGonigal having some trouble. Working it back towards the middle of the field. As McGonigal works it through traffic and gets upended. Clock continuing to move here. 15.5 remaining as Braintree with a mistake trying to catch that one. Still battling for possession as both sides going to the ground again. Flyers had a goal taken off the board last time for being in the crease, but they have been able to get some offense going after a slow start and down a player. The 2-minute penalty early. Shot taken and it's knocked out as Riley makes her best save of the half. It will be a Braintree ball. So Womps continue to have a little bit of trouble the last couple possessions, passing it. Trying to work it out of their own defensive end. As the ball was loose and scooped up now by Marston. As Marston using her speed to move it up the field. Looking for Duffy up ahead of the play and decides against it. Gets it over to Burchill. Couple of early goals for Burchill, leading the charge for Braintree on offense. As Joyce cuts it back, looks to shoot and score. So Joyce now getting into the scoring party. Fourth different Braintree scorer. And a timeout will be taken with 13:45 left here in the half. As Braintree with a commanding 5-1 lead. We'll take a break in the action. We'll be right back. Back here after the timeout, here at Alumni Stadium, Braintree High School, 13:45 to go in the half. Braintree leads 5-1. And it's Framingham with possession. Braintree scoring 3 of their 5 goals on the man advantage. Taking full advantage of the penalty. And a yellow card. That's Framingham trying to bring it in front of the goal. Braintree had it denied nicely on defense. Looking for another shot, and again it's shut down with a pair of Braintree defenders this time in the midst of it. They continue to put a wall up there, trying to avoid any shots against them. Framingham's going to get a shot off. They're going to have to work it through the wall. Shut down with some good defense, but able to spin to the opposite side and release the shot and get their second goal of the half. It's 5-2 with 12:42 to go. And it will be Braintree possession here off of the draw. Trying to build on their 5-2 lead. Framingham's been able to get a little closer, but not any further, as this will be Burchill with her third already here in the half. Continue to find some space in front. So a 6-2 lead now for Braintree. McDonald in on the face-off for Braintree. And it pops free where it's knocked out of the stick of Shelgin. Looking for a wraparound chance. Couple of quick passes now for Braintree. As not able to catch that one cleanly is Mazzini. But Mazzini gets it back, returns the favor to the near side as McDonald now switches places. Looking for the cutting pass to Duffy, who's open for a moment. And now it's McDonald taking it right to the goal, and the save is made. First stop, really, in the game for the Framingham goalie. Keeps it 6-2. 11 minutes to go. Braintree has it defended well. They pass up the field, and this one cannot be caught cleanly, as the save has to be made by Riley. After giving it away, makes the stop. Big battle along the sideline, and Braintree somehow comes away with it with two defenders on the Braintree defender. Instead of trying to make the pass, Braintree trying to work it through with their legs and end up giving it away with 10-14 to go here in the half. The ball just outside the crease. So under 10 minutes left here in the half. Braintree commanding 6-2 lead. Framingham back with possession here, 9.5 to go. Switching places, a little give and go. French trying to force the shot. Looking for the shot, and this one finds its way by the stick of Riley. Now it's a 6-3 game. Off the draw. Every time Framingham has scored, Braintree's been able to answer, and they win the draw. 6-3 game. It's Braintree right back onto the attack. Screen set as Duffy trying to get in the scoring action. In front scores. Up over the shoulder. And Duffy on the board. So 8:36 to go here in the half, and Braintree back in front by 4. Swamps continue to answer the punches thrown by the Flyers with some goals to counter. As McDonald with it. McDonald looking in front for Duffy, who just scored, and sends this one high. So the goalie now carrying it up. Braintree certainly happy to see the clock continue to move. A pass towards midfield where Braintree going after it and able to steal it. As Carey able to take it away. Braintree reversing. Swamp send it up top now for McDonald. Into traffic. And a dangerous play there in front. Braintree trying to force the issue. .7:10 remaining here in the half. Braintree 7-3 lead. Running some clock here, trying to get another one here. Go 5-5. As the pass in front and shot just wide by Marston. As Braintree able to steal it away with a nice play by Joyce, feeds in front, McDonald open, and McDonald denied on the doorstep. Best save of the game. And Joyce, after an incredible steal, found the open player in front, and McDonald was stoned in front. It's about as good of a chance as you can ask for right in front of the goal. Braintree offside. 5.5 left here in the half. A lot of time being used here as the ball is back behind the goal. Open player in front, and Framingham has made it 7-4. .503 left in the first half. It is 7-4. Braintree continues to have to try and answer another Framingham goal. They start to find the back of the net. A push going to be called. .4.5 left. Framingham trying to get as close as they've been in a long time. Chance to pull within 2. As that one was jarred free by Marston. And Framingham getting back with it. Shot, and they beat Riley again. As Braintree might want a timeout here, as it's as close as it's been at 7-5 with 4:11 to go in the half, and Braintree will utilize a timeout as they have just a 2-goal margin now. I believe they led by as many as 6 here in this half, as the Womps see their lead dissipate to a 2-goal margin at 7-5. We'll take a break with 4:11 to go in the first half. Off of the draw. It is battled for and scooped up by Braintree, as Birchall's had a nice half already with 3 goals, trying to add to her total. It's Braintree trying to score in front, and they do, on a nice pass from Birchall to Duffy, who scores her 2nd of the half. So Braintree extends back to a 3-goal lead. We're going to see a change in goal. Eight-5 is the Braintree lead. 3:55 to go here in this first half. It's been a pretty high-scoring half with 13 total goals. Still plenty of time for more. Right at the edge of the crease, looking for a spinning shot, and it catches the outside of the post. Final 3 minutes here in this first half. It's been a pretty good game. Framinham's been able to get back in it. Using a lot of time here on the possession, trying to get the goal. And the shot, and Riley gets a stick on it, and now scoops it up. Riley's going to have to throw it out, and able to do so before using the expiration of the clock inside the crease. As the players falling down for Framingham, and in front, Duffy scores as 2 Framingham defenders colliding in their own end. And with 2:06 to go, it's 9-5, and we will have a stoppage as the trainer will come out to attend to the injured player. So with 2:06 to go, we'll take a brief pause in the action. Play resuming. As Braintree again with possession off the draw. As McDonald now brings it up the field. Already with 1 goal in the game, a couple assists. It's Braintree looking for 1 more here before the halftime break. As Birchall swings it back on ice feed, and a save made as McDonald stopped in front. And then the pass is thrown away as Braintree scoops it up. After getting a big stop, the defense gives it back. And McDonald sends the pass in front, and again it's stopped as Duffy cannot get it by the goalie. 2 straight stops. And with just 1:10 to go in the half. Rain beginning to fall down right before halftime. Just 50 seconds left here in the half. Braintree leads by 4. Final 40 seconds of the half as the Flyers trying to get something going here. Haven't scored in a little while, but Braintree's allowed them to stay in it. "20 seconds left. Makes the move and scores. Right before the halftime break. Flyers getting one here late, making it 9-6 before halftime. Still time for one last opportunity.
Here you go, Kenzie! Here you go, Ken!
Important face-off. And off the draw, it'll be Braintree with it. 15 seconds left and some time to move as Braintree swings it up. 10 seconds to go as it is Braintree working it towards the goal. The pass just off the mark as Braintree with seconds to go. Going to have to send it on goal. The pass in front, the shot, and this one is kept out right at the end of the first half. And another save in goal. It's been 3 of them here in the final couple minutes as Framingham getting some timely play in net to keep this one a 3-goal margin as we head to halftime. 25 minutes left in this one as Braintree leads 9-6 here at halftime. We'll be back for the start of the second half after this.
You're going to need me. You're going to need us. All of us. You're going to need our technical skills, our math, our engineering skills. You're going to need our help with your water, your air, your food. You're going to need our organizational skills, our problem-solving skills. You're going to need our determination, our honesty, our compassion. You're going to need the next generation of leaders to face the challenges the future will bring. And we promise we'll be there when you need us.
Welcome back to Braintree High School, start of the second half as the rain continues to fall. Be a sloppy second half. See which side gets an advantage from the rain. Passing is definitely going to be more difficult with the wet ball. Framingham, since making a change in goal, have gotten much better play in the cage, as Braintree with a pass in front and trying a little one-timer that went wide. So we played about a minute here into this second half, as Braintree trying to score on the opening possession. Cutting it back is Joyce, makes the pass in front and another whistle. Pass in front, and it's Duffy who swings it wide of the goal. So Braintree with a couple of shot attempts here to begin the second half, but not able to get one. Still with a 3-goal margin and the ball, as Burchill trying to feed the pass to McDonald, and it goes off her stick into the crease. .23 minutes to go in the game. Goldie trying to walk it up the field. Down along the sidelines. As the Flyers have a chance to get it to within 2. Braintree shutting it down. A lot of passing, but no shots yet. Braintree with some strong defense. Now in front, and a save made by Riley. So Riley getting the save in goal, but possession staying with Framingham. We played now just under 4 minutes as Framingham trying to get a goal. Braintree holding strong on defense. Lots of passing, but no shots yet. Braintree holding on here on defense. Looking to keep it here at a 3-goal game. Framingham really has a lot of time left, but they can't just keep moving it around like this. They got to start to shoot. And a whistle on Braintree. And the pass in front, and Framingham has made it a 2-goal game. 20 minutes and 15 seconds left here in the ball game. As Braintree's lead is only 2. Framingham has not been able to get to within 1 since it was 1-0. See if the rain can slow down a little bit here. Temperatures have really dropped. Off the draw, and it's Framingham with it. This looks like a different team here in the second half. They have a chance to get within 1. Braintree's defense going to be put to test again. They've been in their own end now for almost 5 minutes as that one is stopped. A big save by Riley as Braintree brings it all the way up the field. It's McDonald. As McDonald trying to get Braintree back in front by 3 right at the goal and gets hammered down as play will continue. Another stoppage here with 18:50 to go. Framingham with it again. They just were denied the last time up the field, but they continue to assert themselves here on offense in the second half, trying to get closer. Braintree has allowed the Flyers to hang around. Driving towards the goal, the shot, and it's released just wide. Good defense by Marston. Off the restart. Braintree has to be very strong here. Nice move, and then the ball was knocked free as Braintree trying to pick it up. And it is scooped up in their own end. Trying to work it out. A dangerous pass that finds its way to Marston. And Marston now can speed it up the field. Marston, one of the faster players on the field, with 17 minutes to go. Braintree could really use a goal, as it's now Joyce. 16:50 to go as Braintree back behind the net. Trying to get in double figures in goal scoring, and they find it. And Joyce with an important goal for the Womps to go back up by 3. And it's a field goal game. Playing on the turf field. The score is just like a football score you'd see. It's 10-7, Braintree here over Framingham. .48 remaining. And Braintree has opened up that 3-goal margin again. Moved up the field now by Joyce, who just scored. Framingham has battled here in this one after falling behind by 5, but have not been able to get closer than 2. Braintree has a 3-goal margin and the ball. And Braintree would be smart right now to run a little bit of clock and look for a quality shot. Ideally, obviously scoring, but using clock in the process. As Braintree finds it in front, and a whistle before the shot. Chance for Duffy. Who scored here in this game on a couple of occasions, denied on the doorstep, as Braintree has been really good back behind the goal as Burchill forced out of bounds. Braintree in on the doorstep, and the shot goes high by Burchill, who's had a handful of goals already here in the game. Now it's Marston. Head of steam. Marston had it knocked away, but Braintree will get the ball back. .14:40, clock continuing to drain. 10-7 Braintree lead, and another opportunity here for Marston. Goes low, and this one is kicked out as Framingham hustled towards the ball and able to keep it in play down the sideline with 3 Braintree players all over. Spinning it back to the sideline again. Braintree hasn't pinned here. And that one is slowed down and stolen by Braintree. That was a phenomenal play along the sideline. Now the pass out in front. Braintree with some nice passing and another save as Burchill stopped in front. Braintree with a really good sequence after a steal, a couple of good passes and a shot attempt, but the goalie for Framingham making a handful of really important saves and then getting it now in the crease. If it wasn't for her play right now, Braintree would be running away with this. They're up by 3, but could easily be up by 6 or 7. Framingham very dangerous along the sideline, playing with fire along the perimeter. This one will be played to the goalie. .13:10 remaining as the ball is behind the goal. Looked like Braintree was going to get it right in front of the crease. .45 to go. Framingham ball. Still 10-7. We've been stuck here for a while. As the pass in front, they score, and the Flyers continue to hang around. It's 10-8. Hustling towards the ball, and it's Braintree able to scoop it up. As McDonald again able to possess off the draw. Back behind the goal as we're under 12 minutes left. It's Braintree looking to hold on here at home, but still some work to do. But Braintree would really put themselves in a good winning position if they could go ahead by 3 again with the goal. There's been some sloppier passing here in the second half, as would be expected with the rainy conditions. Rain has subsided quite a bit, but wet field. And all the clean exchanges have become a little bit more tough to exchange in the regard of handling the pass. Certainly a lot more complication to things. Framingham with the chance here on offense to get as close as they've been in a long time. If they could score here, they could get within 1. And they do, right in front of the goal. Making it a 10-9 game, and things have gone all Framingham's way in this second half. Braintree with a must-have draw. The clock continues to be on Braintree's side, but obviously not with as comfortable of a lead anymore. As the player knocked down. A lot of long slides after falling to the turf. Framingham a chance here to tie the score in what has been a pretty surprising comeback after Braintree had such a commanding lead, and the Flyers have somehow battled all the way back to tie the score at 10. And Braintree will use a timeout with 10:15 on the clock. And things have really changed in this game. A 10-10 game after Braintree led by at least 3 here in the second half. It's now 10-10 as we have a break in the action. We'll take it. We'll be right back. Off of the draw, 10-10 game. And Braintree will have it, and that's going to be a yellow card coming. It's going to be a penalty on the Flyers, and Braintree took full advantage early in the game in a similar situation. And for the second time here in the game, the Flyers find themselves in the penalty box. A dangerous play. Pretty easy call for the official. And with 10:04 to go, Braintree has a big opportunity to retake the lead. Worked up the field now by McDonald. Clock continuing to dry here. With 9:20 to go. Braintree looking to retake the lead. They have not trailed in this game. Lots of time being used. So Braintree right now concerned about scoring the next goal. All of a sudden, this has turned into a tie game. Burchill ducking underneath the attempted check, and Braintree drops the ball. Brought down the field by Framingham, a player down. Braintree should be double teaming here to get the ball back. Pass up top, as now the Flyers trying to attack the middle of the field. 8 minutes to go. We are back to even. A lot of standing around right now, back behind the Braintree goal. Flyers have controlled this second half. They have been the more dominant team and have tied the score at 10, looking for the first lead. As the pass is erratic to the far side of the field now. Braintree with 3 players on top of the Framingham attacker, but still not able to get the ball back. And now the shot, and Framingham has their first lead of the game as they have played all the way back. And 7 minutes on the clock. And what has been a shocking turn of events here in the second half. Really not sure what team played in the first half for the Flyers. All of a sudden, they have been a much different looking program here in the second half. And it started from their goalie, who made some really big saves, including one right in the final seconds of that first half to keep it a 3-goal game. So Braintree down a goal, looking to tie it up. Braintree makes a pivot. It's McDonald. McDonald trying to release the shot, but can't get it off. As McDonald shoots, and the ball caroms up over the goal as it's scooped up by Duffy. Had it knocked away, and Braintree just giving it away multiple times here in the second half as the player boundary and is sent towards the sideline with a push. So Framingham moving it up the field with a 1-goal lead. Goal here would be devastating for Braintree's comeback chance. Crazy to be thinking you're talking about a comeback when Braintree led by as many as they did here in this game. Back behind the goal, a little fake pass. Braintree really needs a stop from their goalie, Riley. Five minutes left here in the second half. Chance in front, and Braintree able to knock it away from behind. And Joyce with a great play to rake that one free. And here goes Braintree up the field. Braintree needs to make a pass here. And Joyce able to catch it cleanly, cutting across the field, working it to the near side. Looking to find some room and just carries it all the way by the defense. 4:25 to go. 11-10, the score in favor of the visitors. As Braintree now looking for the equalizer. Long way to go, but Braintree still needs one to tie it. Burchill tries to feed the pass to McDonald, and the ball was knocked free, and then Braintree able to get back on it. Now it is Burchill working it up the field. Burchill finds McDonald. McDonald cuts back, shoots, and just shot it wide. Three and a half remaining. As Braintree in front again, it's McDonald. McDonald spins it back, trying to find some room. Makes the pass. Good movement. Here is Duffy. Duffy cuts, makes the pass in front, and the shot scores! As that will be Joyce to tie the score at 11. So with 3:06 to go, we are tied back up at 11. Nearing crunch time now. And off the draw, it is Framingham with possession, taking a shot up high, and no card being shown yet. And there is going to be one shown. So a check to the head here late, and that is a very big call going against Braintree. Braintree will have to have a player in the box for a minute of the remaining 2:51. Ball is loose. And Braintree able to get possession. Can they do something with it now and take the lead? Been a pretty entertaining game that has gone back and forth. Braintree up over midfield. Now into the Framingham end, draining off some precious time off the clock. 2:15 left. As they said, Braintree stepped out of bounds. Wow, that is ridiculous. Braintree can't believe the call. Final 2 minutes as the Flyers have a chance to take the lead. Braintree looking to get back to even strength. Pass is high, they collect it nicely, and the pass in front is loose. Both sides fighting for it. Marston in the midst of it, and Framingham picks it up. 90 seconds left. As Braintree looking to get back to even strength. Another pass. Braintree able to knock it away, and they are able to pick it up defensively. As Braintree with it. As along the sideline, a whistle goes in Braintree's favor. Final minute as Braintree has a chance in the final minute to go ahead. Braintree with a dangerous pass, and they're able to pick it back up. Down the sideline, up towards midfield. Oh, a shot up by the face. Able to go right by it. Final half minute. As Braintree is back to full strength, here is Burchill. 25 seconds left. Final 15 seconds. Who wants it? It's McDonald in front. And McDonald is knocked to the ground. Play continues the spinning shot. And that one goes wide. Just seconds left now. Braintree with 5 to go. They have to attack. Braintree will bring it towards the goal. And some time will be put on the clock. Not sure how much. So just a couple seconds left as play starts. Braintree with it. Duffy looking for a shot, can't get it off. And we are headed to overtime. Actually, it looks like they're going to call a penalty here in the final seconds. And play is going to start again somehow. I don't understand what's going on here. So apparently there's going to be 1.1 on the clock in an 11-11 game. Here's the shot, and Braintree shot it just wide. A chance to win it in the waning seconds, and we head to overtime as the two sides tied at 11. A weird end to the regulation, but we will head to overtime, and it will be golden goal. We'll be right back for overtime. Play resuming here in overtime. Tied at 11. First goal will win. As Framingham trying to do it here. This would be an improbable comeback for the Flyers, trying to steal one here at Braintree High School. As the player back behind the goal, Braintree pleading for an offside call. As the shot in front, and Framingham scores the winning goal, much to the disgust of the Braintree side. And the refs right now losing full control here of this game. So as of now, Framingham has scored the winning goal, but we might see a reversal of the goal because of a missed call. I think one referee knew what was going on, but that's not his call, which obviously probably is true, but this is the right thing, and get it together and talk it through and make sure the right call is there. Framingham obviously has scored the goal that would win this game, but they also had possession. There's been a lot of weird calls at the end of this game, and whichever way it goes, I don't think either side is going to be happy. So we will take a break as we try to figure things out. Be right back. Welcome back here to Braintree High School, and it will be a Braintree possession here after the goal was taken off the board. After all that, and now it's Burchill going towards the goal and took a shot up around the head. And Framingham is probably going to contest this game if they do lose, which it's been a lot of weird things going on here late in this game. I'm not a referee, certainly not a referee of this sport, but I can certainly tell that things really went weird, and Braintree has scored the winning goal on the shot from Burchill with their 4th of the game, and Braintree steals one here in a game that could have gone either way. And really late in this game, I don't think the refs ever had control. I don't think either coach is happy the way things finished off. And this is just a weird ending to a game that Braintree led most of the way, but the referees are going to get a lot of scrutiny here for the way this one came to a close. And Braintree obviously happy with the way it ends, 12-11, but this one really should have just ended in a tie the way it went at that point. As this one ends, 12-11 in Braintree's favor, the winning goal scored by Burchill as Braintree steals it here today at home, and another win here at home. So that'll conclude our coverage. Thank you for watching here today on BCAM TV. On behalf of David Eric, I'm Mike Wassel. We'll see you next time.